Alright, so we're talking about the most common mistakes with the upper-lower split. This is kind of a thing where people say they like upper-lower, they decide to start upper-lower, but they don't actually know how to program properly, and they come into a lot of problems. So some of the main things you're going to want to think about, and the first thing I'm going to say for designing an upper-lower split is to make sure you're not pushing excessively every single set to balls out failure where you're repping out partials and stuff. And the reason why you don't want to be doing that is because you're hitting things at a higher frequency. So for example, me on this trap row here, realistically, when I do my sets, I'm going to stop, and here we're just using a warm-up weight, I'm going to stop when I can't reach around here. I mean, if I can't reach all the way back here, it's fine. You know, we can cheat a little bit, that's okay. That's kind of a part of training with intensity. But what a lot of people do is they just keep repping everything out, they keep going and going to where they're just doing partials and, you know, jerking it around to the point, which is fine if you're doing, say, like a bro split and you're hitting something once a week and you want to like reap every little bit of stimulus out of every set. I understand doing that a little bit more. Still don't recommend it, but I understand it. But with an upper-lower split, the name of the game here is frequency and recovery. So if I'm repping this out with like a 15-second long concentric and I'm hitting partials and I'm doing this and that, I'm not going to be giving this the proper intensity. So you guys will get an idea of how a working set should look as I do my set here. So we're going to do 160, one little warm-up rep. Fill it out. Very nice. That feels good. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to hit the full stack here. I'm going to move my microphone as well so I don't end up destroying this thing. This shit is expensive, guys. If you do YouTube or you do content, let me tell you, man, this shit is expensive. But anyways, so we got our mic here. Going to be rowing back. And last time I did this, I did 240 here, the full stack, and I did this for 6 with 0 reps in reserve. This time, ideally, I would have gotten stronger, or at least slightly stronger, to where I'm able to get this for 7. But my goal, at least, is to micro load. So this is a common thing that you could do with the upper-lower split, and something that a lot of people don't actually utilize. But you guys should go onto Amazon, order yourself some micro plates like this. They're a great option. And essentially what I'm going to do is I'm just going to sneak them in here. And what this allows me to do is to actually progressive overload via using 1 pound. So I'm literally using a single pound here, making this ever so slightly harder than last time. So ideally our technique and our execution going to be the same, and we're just making this ever so slightly harder than last time. So we've got 241 on this machine, and we're going to try to get 6 full range of motion reps with ideally 1 or 0 in the tank, depending on how I'm feeling. And this is kind of what an ideal set should look like with your upper-lower routine. So here we go, getting in position, feeling nice and comfy, feeling good, and let's get it. Okay. That was about 6. Realistically, could I have maybe gotten 1 more? It's possible. Not exactly likely, but possible. And again, I don't want to get to a point where I'm cheating so excessively that I'm just dumping all this excess fatigue that's going to make it harder to recover from and deteriorate the performance of my future sets. So next thing, potentially killing your gains on the upper-lower split could be something where you're picking movements that are either too fatiguing or the fatigue you're generating from your movements are too overlapping. So an example could be, say, doing a stiff leg deadlift on one day and then doing a hack squat on the same day, and then, you know, doing some kind of other, you know, maybe a spinally loaded calf raise or something like that. Doing movements where you're just like loading the hell out of your spine, or for example, picking redundant movements like on an upper day here, say I'm doing, you know, this dip machine here for triceps, and then I go and do a tricep extension, and then I go and do a single arm push down, and then a dual bar push down. And you see this stuff a lot, and it's like, where are you guys getting this redundancy from? Why are we doing the same movement over and over and over again? So when it comes to your sequencing, it's very important that you're figuring out what you want to target, targeting it effectively, and then stopping because you're done. You've already done the work that is required for that muscle. So for example, my main goal in the gym at any given time is to pick movements that are extremely externally stabilized. So for this here, you guys will see I'm actually grabbing a seatbelt. And it's like, who the hell uses a seatbelt for tricep pushdowns for a dip machine? Well, I do, because it's super, super valuable. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna hook this into the machine, and when I do my set, I will be so unbelievably externally stabilized that I am literally pushing my triceps to the absolute brink. And you know, you look at people that are full stacking pushdowns, a lot of these people are actually way stronger than you might be thinking, because despite the fact they're full stacking pushdowns, if they did something that made them more stable, they would actually be able to go a lot heavier. They might be doing a stack and a plate. They might be bringing a 45 over, who knows? So with my dip machine here, I actually am literally strapping myself in with a seatbelt, which you guys can't see, but I'm strapping myself in here with a seatbelt. And when I do my working set, I'm literally gonna be so dug in here that you won't be able to pull me out if you tried. And that is one of the most valuable things when actually training for hypertrophy, getting that external stabilization. It decreases the total fatigue load for a movement because you're not using your entire body to try to push the weight up or push the weight down or whatever it is. So just a few things to consider when doing your sequencing. And we're gonna get into a set here. Last time we did this last time for, we did this 165 for 5 with 0 to 1 in the tank. So let's see what we got here. Okay, here we go. And some more things to think about is not dialing in your rest days. So what you'll do with an upper lower split a lot, and this is something I've done in the past but don't necessarily recommend, is creating a split where you're going like upper on Monday, lower Tuesday, upper Wednesday, lower Thursday, and then resting Friday. 4 days on, 1 day off. That can work depending on your volume allocation and how you set it up, but in certain instances, if you're doing 12, 13 sets a day on like a higher end, that might be a little much, and you might come in and be like, damn, like getting a little gassed here, I'm not overloading on my movements like I want to. So a good option is to do upper Monday, lower Tuesday, rest Wednesday, upper Thursday, lower Friday, rest Saturday, and keep that going. So you have these options here, and you don't want to just be following, randomly, mindlessly following a week schedule. So you don't want to follow, you know, hey, on Monday I have chest, and on, you know, Thursday I have back. Like, that's stupid. Don't do that. There's no reason you want to do that. Just follow the routine that allows you to recover. And the way you're going to find this information out is simply to go in and feel it out and actually see whether or not you're progressing on your lifts. Because if you're not progressing, then what are you doing a split for? What are you training for, right? Like, you ultimately have to be getting stronger, and you have to be making progress. That is the singular most important thing here. And not being able to do that means your split is not achieving what you set it out to achieve. So that's definitely something that you're really gonna wanna consider. So last time here on the lat pull down, we did 260 for 4. Now ideally, I will match those reps or find a way to improve the technique or get 5 or 6. Let's see what we're capable of here. We're gonna do 1 warm-up rep. And again, let me know on the format, guys, with these videos. I do enjoy throwing my sets in there so you guys get an idea of how I'm training, but you know, we can cut these out if you guys don't want to see these sets entirely. Up to you. That feels really good. So we're gonna do 260 full stack here. Last time we did this for 4. I think that should be in order again. I think I'm gonna do my micro loading again. If you guys can't tell, I just got these plates on Amazon, and they're very, very cool. So remember, micro load with the 0.5 plates here to just get a little more out of your sets. Here we go. Gonna dig in stable as you can. Same thing. following those principles. 261 on the machine here. And that is split between both my lats. So what is that? 180.5 on each side. Okay. All right, here we go. I'll dig in best we can. Okay, and pull, pull. Damn it, man. Shoes untied. All right, we'll get there. We'll get there, fellas. Going really heavy, so take a bit to get dug into the machine here. The most annoying part is actually setting this up from the top here. Okay. And here we go. Damn it, man. Nope. Nope, not today. Not today, man. All right. We'll get it. Let's take a little bit of elbow room here. Yep. Okay. Okay. Okay, 6. The last rep is a little dirtier than I like, but regardless, that's a pretty nice ballpark to be in. So thank you guys for watching.